What if I told you that even if Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, and Mark Zuckerberg combined their fortunes, they still wouldn't match the wealth of one man who lived over 700 years ago? A ruler whose fortune was so enormous that one journey across Africa shook entire economies, and whose wealth, adjusted for today, may have exceeded $500 billion. Who was this mysterious king? And how did he become the richest person in human history? Stay until the end, because the final comparison will completely change the way you think about wealth. When people talk about the richest person in history, the same names always come up. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault, John D. Rockefeller. But according to many historians and economists, none of them comes close to the incredible fortune of Mansa Musa, the emperor of the Mali Empire during the 14th century. His wealth wasn't stored in technology companies or stock markets. It came from something the entire world desperately needed: gold. And Mansa Musa controlled one of the largest gold-producing regions on Earth. To understand how rich he really was, we first need to travel back more than 700 years. In the early 1300s, the Mali Empire was one of the largest and most powerful kingdoms in the world. It stretched across much of West Africa, covering territories that today include Mali, Senegal, Guinea, Niger, and Mauritania. But its greatest treasure wasn't its land. It was what lay beneath it. At the time, West Africa produced nearly half of the world's gold. Gold was the backbone of the global economy. Kings wanted it. Merchants depended on it. Empires fought over it. And much of it flowed through the Mali Empire. Imagine if one country today controlled nearly half of the world's oil, or dominated the global AI chip industry. That's the level of economic influence Mali possessed. Around 1312, Mansa Musa became emperor after his predecessor disappeared during an expedition across the Atlantic Ocean. Unlike many rulers of his era, Mansa Musa wasn't known only for military power. He invested in cities, expanded trade routes, improved agriculture, strengthened the economy, built mosques, schools, and universities. Under his leadership, the empire became wealthier than ever before. But the event that made his name legendary happened in 1324. That year, Mansa Musa set out on a pilgrimage to Mecca. It became one of the most extraordinary journeys in history. Historical records describe a caravan of around 60,000 people. Thousands of soldiers. Hundreds of servants. Thousands of camels. Many of those camels carried enormous amounts of gold. As the caravan crossed North Africa, Mansa Musa gave away gold everywhere he went. He donated to the poor, rewarded local rulers, bought expensive goods, funded religious buildings. His generosity amazed everyone. But it also created a serious economic problem. So much gold entered cities like Cairo that the value of gold began to fall. Prices increased. Inflation spread. According to historians, parts of the regional economy took years to recover. Think about that for a moment. One man's spending was powerful enough to influence the economy of multiple countries. That level of wealth is almost impossible to imagine. So how much was Mansa Musa actually worth? The truth is, no one knows for certain. There were no stock markets, no public companies, no financial statements, no Forbes billionaire list. Modern historians estimate that his wealth would likely exceed $400 to $500 billion in today's money. Some even argue that assigning a number misses the point. Because Mansa Musa didn't simply own wealth. He controlled the very resources that determined global wealth. Let's compare. Elon Musk has reached a net worth of around $400 billion at his peak. Jeff Bezos peaked near $200 billion. Bernard Arnault surpassed $230 billion. John D. Rockefeller's fortune is estimated at around $400 billion after adjusting for inflation. Yet many historians still believe Mansa Musa was richer than all of them. If that's true, why don't more people know his story? The answer lies in history itself. Much of modern financial history focuses on Europe and North America. The Mali Empire existed in West Africa. Many historical records were lost over time. As a result, one of history's greatest economic success stories remained largely unknown to much of the world. Yet Mansa Musa's legacy still lives on. He transformed Timbuktu into one of the greatest centers of education on earth. Scholars traveled there from across Africa and the Middle East. Its libraries contain thousands of manuscripts covering mathematics, astronomy, medicine, law, and philosophy. His investments in knowledge lasted far longer than his lifetime. The story of Mansa Musa reminds us that true wealth is about more than money. It is about influence, resources, vision, and the ability to shape history. Today, Elon Musk is redefining transportation and space exploration. Jeff Bezos transformed online shopping. Rockefeller built the modern oil industry. But centuries before any of them, one African emperor accumulated a fortune so extraordinary that historians still struggle to measure it. Perhaps the richest person in history wasn't a tech entrepreneur, but a king whose empire glittered with gold. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more incredible stories about business, finance, billionaires, and the hidden history behind the world's greatest fortunes. And now, here's a question for you. If Mansa Musa were alive today, do you think he would still be the richest person on earth? Let us know in the comments below.